Thank you very much, everyone. So this morning I did open up a little bit about our vision, cloud computing, or Cloud Computing Reimagined is the title of this talk, but our vision about Cloud 2.0. We're really interested and believing democratizing the cloud is where we're able to give our customers better choice, better control over their data, and better overall value in their cloud. With the rise of AI, the need for data privacy and sovereignty is really becoming important, and we're seeing organizations lacking or looking to repatriatize their workload. And the reasons for doing that, we're hearing about the lack of trust in big tech. We're unsure of where your data is going to be ending up. In the world of AI, enhanced privacy and security. We had some great questions earlier today talking about how we bring these security models in alongside AI models. And we're just seeing that more and more as we're talking to customers. Escalating costs, Mark mentioned and brought up the slide. I'll talk through that one again later today. And just the growth of AI and edge is becoming something really, really interesting. The FlexCore appliance that we had there, we're seeing customers deploy those in their data centers and even starting to look at putting those into edge offices as well to get that inference really, really close to where their users end up. We're calling this Future of Cloud 2.0. And it's not just AI driving that, but a change in a single way of interacting with the cloud, be that public cloud, private cloud, or AI. We believe that the future is where we're giving you control, and you get the choice of where you host your data. On our public cloud, we're really, really proud of what we've been building. And over the past 5 years, we've been putting out OCP hardware into our data centers, with the aim to give you transparency on what we're doing. I've got a short video about how we actually deploy into public cloud data centers. We think it's something that you don't get to see very often, and lifting that veil is something we really want to be doing and pushing out. So, I think we'll spot over to the video. So that was a video of one of our racks going in, obviously with videos and everything around it, so it was only one rack. But we're deploying these at 10 rack scales every time. And if this is an interest to you, then we can do that on behalf of yourselves as well. We find that this modularity is allowing us to really scale out massively quickly. So one of the slides that Mark came up this morning was around the cost. And whenever we bring this up, we get asked, how are we able to do this so cheaply? What corners are we cutting? Why is this not reliable? But really the question is, why are you being charged so much for everything else on here? We're seeing economies of scale when we operate this. That means that we can offer compute and storage at the prices that you can see here. And we know that as we continue to grow, these prices will be coming down. Things like transit as well. Why are we being charged for it? By these other providers. IP addresses. AWS last year suddenly started charging for IPv4 addresses and added $1 billion a year to their revenue. They went from nothing to $1 billion by flicking one switch. Things should be getting cheaper. Andy Jassy said this a long time ago, and that's why we are proving here that it is possible to do. So rather than asking why are we so cheap, I want to challenge you to talk to your current provider and why are they so expensive, and why do they keep raising your prices. Our private cloud can be delivered in a multitude of ways. We've got the FlexCore appliances that we have on stage earlier and that they're in the booth back there. So those are the same Gen 2 servers that we are using in our public cloud that you can use here. We have a Civo Stack Enterprise, which is a software-only deployment, allowing you to reuse your existing hardware. So if you are a VMware house at the moment and have been seeing increases in costs and need a location to move away from, Civo Stack Enterprise allows you to take our software, install it on the existing hardware, connect to your existing SAN infrastructure, your existing storage infrastructure, and give yourself a public cloud. That parity is what we're really driving towards with Cloud 2.0. Obviously, when you're doing that, migration becomes really the biggest challenge and the biggest hurdle. It's very easy getting some new hardware, getting some new shiny software, but we all understand that there is existing infrastructure that needs to get migrated over. We've got the partnership with StackGen if you're going from public cloud to public cloud, but for these private deployments with VMware, we've built a tool that allows you to take a VM step by step and move it over onto Civo. I want to go into a bit of detail around our FlexCore appliances. So they're built with the latest Intel Xeon 6 processors, DDR5 RAM, 25 gig networking, and hyperconverged NVMe block storage. This is the latest generation of technologies being able to be deployed and shipped to your data center now. And we offer these in standard bundles that grow with you. So if you analyze your workload to date and realize you want some general purpose, you can then, in 2 months' time, order a CPU-optimized workload box, which will give you more capacity to grow. These boxes are available upfront to buy outright or leased for the term for a 3-year term. Excitingly, with the rise of Relax and rise of AI, we're also shipping FlexCore appliances with GPUs installed in them. Our current offerings are based on H200s, where there's a 4-card option or an 8-card option, and we're working on adding Broadwell, the B200s, into the offerings as we speak. Rather than 25 gig networking, for higher bandwidth, these NVIDIA boxes come with 100 gig as default and support NVLink for card-to-card communication. When you do get one of these boxes, it just appears as an option to connect into your existing public cloud. There's a region selector that comes in, and you then start consuming your own private cloud with the same API, CLI, dashboard tools. I think it's fair to say, if I ask for a hands up, everyone knows about Gen AI now and seen these stats that it's really changing the way that we do business. But there's a prediction that in 2026, that Gen AI models will be in production pretty much everywhere. And some of the use cases we're talking to customers now are in pharmaceuticals and marketing. However, really interestingly, there's a Gartner study out that says by 2030, there'll be a major blockbuster film 90% generated by AI. That's not just the script, but the video as well, completely, 90% AI generated. This is going to be a massive change into every industry. And we at Civo seeing this as two different ways of leveraging this. Either by using the best of open source language models, so these think of your llamas and your DeepSeeks, and hosting those either in our public cloud or on one of these private appliances, or as a service with Relax. So Relax, we had a demo this morning. I won't do another demo. But that is that chat application. We're building in tools for MCP. We're adding in support for reasoning models. The API is available now as well. So if there's a workshop that Josh is running about integrating the API with tools like Klein and RuCode. And we're working with customers daily on integrating things like NAN to bring self-hosted, privately focused AI agents into enterprises. I think I just want to end here with saying Civo, what we're built for. We're built for more value, more freedom, more simplicity, and more choice. Something I really believe in is making sure that we get out of your way. Right? As a cloud provider, we shouldn't be here trying to say, get some certifications on how to use us. We really want to disappear into the background so that you can build the future. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've got some time for questions, if there are any.
What's your egress speed?
Egress speed is 40 gigabits in every data center as a minimum deployment.
Okay, and so since you're piping that to your very high performance, you might expect on a particular VM.
Yeah. So it's 50 gigabits internally, but out into the internet, it's a minimum of 40 gigabits, and then we're expanding that in data centers as we see capacity requirements. Much more CPU limited than bandwidth limited.
Do you have any public sector clients in the U.S. or potential pipeline?
We have some in the pipeline, but can't comment on them.
So I think Kelsey mentioned earlier, AWS, and I've taken the test. Resilient services, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't need all of them. Most people are resistant to change. So I guess my question is, how do you see folks adopting? Usually with new tech, it just kind of works, and it does work, right? As implied. Have you seen people who are maybe a little bit hesitant or resistant at first? And then how do they go about adopting?
Yeah, it's finding use cases when we go and talk to customers. Highlighted this morning that these ephemeral environments is where we're really finding that initial value of going into customers, because we're finding workloads that, yeah, we don't have all of the breadth of services. We've focused on the core that we believe most people actually need and actually use. Finding an application like that and saying, hey, how long does it take you to get a feature branch up to demo something? And you go into the platform team and they'll go, well, go through all of these steps, and maybe an hour later you've got a feature branch up and running. And we'll do a proof of value that says, well, how about if you can do that in your pipeline in 2 minutes? And now suddenly you've got developers feature branching, really tiny changes, getting really good iterative feedback, and then improving velocity that way. As soon as you have small use cases like that, small wins, it becomes really easy, because the developers now are saying, hey, I don't want to wait half an hour, or I don't want to go back to testing on staging or testing on UAT, finding that and that dev cycle that we all love. If we can get that reduced, that's where we're finding big wins at the moment.
I think we have time for one more. Can you all hear the questions okay? Okay.
So for the private cloud
So it is either purchasing the hardware up front and then it's just yours for the life of the contract. For the FlexCore appliances, we still maintain support on those appliances. So when something goes wrong, it'll be Civo responsible for, say, changing a RAM or changing a disk out. So the numbers that I had up are the usable amounts that you get out of one of these boxes. And as long as you stay under that, there are no extra charges, there's no kind of ongoing fees or anything like that.
Any other questions? Okay.
Go on.
Part B to that. I've seen a lot of stuff in the last 10 years of infrastructure, but we'll last like 2 years with a lot of Broadcom
Yep.
customers. Let's see, you're smiling.
I can see where the question might be going.
Like, are you seeing a good uptick in that particular use case?
Absolutely. We're going into customers at the moment who are having challenges with Broadcom, and the migration tool was built specifically for them. What we're finding a win when we go into these customers is saying that if you just want a lift and shift of VMs, cool, you've got choices out there, you've got Nutanix, you can go and deploy OpenStack. But if you want something that is going to be for the future, where you can get an API and you can start enabling developers like that into services like managed databases, managed Kubernetes, of, yeah, we'll do the VMs, that's the boring bit, but you're not going to be doing VMs forever because you're getting people coming out of university who don't really want to play with VMs. They just want to hit an API endpoint and go like, boom, Kubernetes, off we go. And allowing enterprises to enable that consistency across the public cloud where they want burst and the private cloud and also have the VMs, that's where we're winning a huge amount of business.